Have you ever wondered why some people seem to achieve everything they dream of while you're still struggling to take the first step? Why does success always feel just out of reach, as if it belongs to someone else, someone luckier, smarter, more capable? The truth is, the difference isn't in luck, it isn't in connections, and it isn't in resources. The difference is in the way they think. Every achievement, every fortune, every breakthrough begins in the mind. Your thoughts are not just fleeting ideas, they are the seeds of your reality. When you learn to think bigger than your fears, bigger than your circumstances, bigger than the doubts that echo in your mind, you change everything. You start seeing opportunities where others see obstacles. You start acting in ways that create momentum that compounds, building a life that once felt impossible. Thinking big is not arrogance, it is permission. Permission to imagine a life beyond the limits you've accepted. Permission to step out of the invisible cage you've built for yourself, brick by brick, with self-doubt, hesitation, and fear. When you begin to think big, your mind begins to shift. It rewires itself to notice possibilities that were invisible before. Your brain starts solving problems creatively because it knows you are aiming for more. It's like planting a seed in the dark soil of your mind. The bigger the seed, the stronger and taller it can grow, and the more it can change the landscape of your life. But thinking big isn't enough on its own. It must stir something inside you. It must ignite a feeling so strong that it becomes impossible to ignore. Imagine waking up every morning with a vision so clear that it pulls you out of bed with energy, purpose, and urgency. Imagine feeling the thrill of knowing you are capable of building a life that matches your highest ambitions. That feeling is available to you the moment you allow yourself to dream bigger, to think bigger, to break free from the small, safe thinking that keeps most people trapped in mediocrity. The power of thinking big is also the power to reject the voices that say you can't, not yet, not for you. Those voices are not your truth. They are echoes of fear from the world around you, from your past failures, from every person who settled for less and tried to convince you to do the same. Thinking big allows you to rise above that noise. It trains your mind to focus on possibility, to act with courage, to take the risks that others won't, and to stretch just beyond what feels comfortable. Every bold thought you allow yourself to entertain, every vision you create in your mind becomes a roadmap for action. And here's why you must stay with this, why this matters more than anything else. Because your life, exactly as it is today, can change the moment you choose to think differently. The courage to think big is the first step toward freedom, toward wealth, toward influence, toward the kind of life that makes others stop and wonder how you did it. That power is inside you now, waiting to be unleashed. All it takes is one decision: to expand your mind, to see beyond limitations, and to refuse to settle for anything less than the extraordinary. Your future begins the instant you let yourself think bigger than your fears, bigger than your doubts, bigger than the world tells you is possible. Have you ever looked at someone who seems to have it all and asked yourself, how did they get there so fast? The truth is, there is no shortcut, no secret formula handed out to the lucky few. Success is never instant. It is the result of countless choices made consistently over time, the quiet work done when no one is watching, the discipline to push forward when every part of you wants to quit. Those who achieve greatness understand that the world does not reward talent alone. It does not reward wishes, and it certainly does not reward waiting for perfect conditions. The world rewards persistence, commitment, and a relentless refusal to settle for less. Every small step, every disciplined action compounds into something unstoppable. Instant gratification is the enemy of growth. It is the invisible trap that keeps most people spinning in circles, celebrating minor wins while the life they dream of passes them by. The wealthy, the successful, the ones who seem to live in a different reality. They mastered the art of delayed gratification. They understood that enduring discomfort today, making small sacrifices, and focusing on long-term results would yield rewards far beyond the fleeting pleasure of immediate satisfaction. This is not theory. It is psychology. Our brains crave quick rewards, but those who control the mind control the future. They delay the easy pleasures because they see the invisible payoff waiting just beyond patience and effort. Every time you give in to instant gratification, you are silently teaching your mind to settle, to accept limitations, to shrink your vision. Every time you resist, You are strengthening the part of yourself that can endure, that can build, that can create extraordinary results. It may feel uncomfortable at first. It may feel lonely, but discomfort is the price of growth, and growth is the price of freedom. The sooner you embrace the long game, the sooner you align your actions with the person you are capable of becoming. Those who rush, who chase shortcuts, who seek applause without effort, they fade. Those who commit, who focus, who endure, they rise. They become unstoppable. There is immense power in understanding that your future is not determined by luck, but by choices repeated every single day. Every small decision to invest your time wisely, to learn relentlessly, to push past fear compounds invisibly into an advantage few ever notice until it is undeniable. Imagine yourself years from now, looking back on the person you are today. Will you see someone who acted impulsively, chasing quick rewards? Or will you see someone who planted seeds of persistence, watered them with discipline, and harvested a life that was once only imaginable? That vision, that emotional connection to your future self, is what fuels consistency. It is what transforms ordinary effort into extraordinary results. The courage to endure the slow climb, to embrace the daily grind with focus and determination is what separates those who dream from those who achieve. Every small step you take now, every choice to delay comfort and invest in your growth, builds momentum. Momentum that compounds, momentum that attracts opportunities, momentum that transforms potential into reality. This is the secret the world rarely teaches. Greatness is not born, it is earned. And it is earned not through fleeting brilliance, but through consistent, patient, intentional effort. When you embrace that truth, when you commit to the long-term journey without surrendering to distraction, you position yourself to rise higher than you ever thought possible and to live a life that reflects the power of relentless persistence. The moment you understand that you don't have to start big, that you don't need a perfect plan, that you only need to take one small, deliberate step, everything changes. Too many people wait for permission, wait for resources, wait for the right time, and in that waiting, life slips away. The rich and successful understand a simple truth: action, even imperfect action, creates momentum. Starting small is not a compromise, it is strategy. It is the way to conquer fear, to build confidence, to transform uncertainty into clarity. Every great empire began with a single, focused effort, a small step that grew into unstoppable momentum. Starting small allows you to overcome the paralysis of perfection. Your mind is conditioned to resist risk, to overanalyze, to freeze at the edge of possibility. But small actions are manageable. They are achievable. They give you immediate feedback, evidence that progress is real, and proof that you are capable. This creates a psychological chain reaction. Action fuels confidence, confidence fuels consistency, and consistency compounds into results. Each small step is a brick, and with each brick, you are building a foundation stronger than fear, stronger than doubt, stronger than the limiting beliefs you once thought defined you. Think about how much power you already have in just starting. One email sent, one conversation initiated, one decision made, one small risk taken. It may seem insignificant in the moment, but the ripple effects are endless. Your brain begins to recognize your capacity for achievement, rewiring itself to see solutions instead of obstacles. Your habits begin to align with your ambition. The small actions of today become the massive outcomes of tomorrow. This is how the mind of the rich works. They break down their massive visions into achievable steps, and they take action relentlessly without waiting for certainty. Fear will try to convince you that small steps don't matter, that one decision can't change your life, that progress requires giant leaps. This is a lie your mind tells to keep you safe in mediocrity. Safety is not success. Comfort is not freedom. The real power is in movement, in incremental steps taken daily with purpose and focus. Each time you act, you are proving to yourself that you are capable of more than you believe. You are showing your mind that you are willing to grow, to stretch, to claim the life you deserve. Your challenge now is simple, yet profound. Identify one small action you can take today that moves you closer to the vision in your mind. It could be a call, a task, a step outside your comfort zone. Do it now. Take it seriously. Watch how it shifts your energy, your confidence, your momentum, These small steps accumulate faster than you realize, transforming hesitation into certainty, doubt into courage, and dreams into reality. Every giant success is the sum of tiny, deliberate actions taken consistently without fear of imperfection. When you embrace starting small, you are not diminishing your vision. You are unleashing it, proving that even the grandest dreams are possible when you have the courage to begin. The way you act today determines the life you will live tomorrow. Thinking big is powerful. Starting small is strategic, but acting like the rich is what transforms vision into reality. Acting like the rich is not about the clothes you wear, the car you drive, or the bank account you display. It is about mindset, habits, and choices. It's about making decisions that elevate your future self, about prioritizing long-term gains over fleeting satisfaction, about taking responsibility for every aspect of your life. When you act like the rich, you signal to your mind that you are capable, that you are serious, that you refuse to settle for less than extraordinary. Every action you take shapes your identity. The rich understand this on a fundamental level. They know that who they are is defined not by who they were, but by the habits, routines, and decisions they choose consistently. When you adopt the behaviors of the wealthy, your brain begins to recognize the standards you are setting. You start to think differently, feel differently, and approach opportunities differently. Discipline becomes natural. Focus becomes instinctive. Risk is no longer terrifying. It is calculated, deliberate, and necessary. Acting like the rich rewires your mind, creating a psychological environment where success becomes inevitable because your behavior aligns with your ambition. This is where most people fail. They dream, they plan, they even start small, but they do not act with the decisiveness of those who know they are building something greater. They hesitate, they doubt, they wait for perfect conditions that never arrive. The rich understand that action is the bridge between thought and reality. Waiting is the enemy of momentum. Hesitation costs more than failure ever could. Every moment you delay, your vision loses power. Every step you take in alignment with high standards, every disciplined choice, every deliberate action compounds, building momentum that accelerates growth far beyond what small thinking or inconsistent effort could achieve. Acting like the rich also means taking responsibility for your results. No excuses, no blaming circumstances, no waiting for someone else to rescue you. Your outcomes are a reflection of your decisions, your mindset, and your persistence. This is not meant to intimidate you. It is liberating. When you realize that you control your destiny through consistent high-level action, you understand the true power you hold. No external force can limit you unless you allow it. Every action taken with intention, every choice made with purpose, propels you closer to the life you imagine. The challenge is immediate. Adopt one habit today that mirrors the mindset of the rich. It could be a disciplined morning routine, a decision to invest in your education, or taking a step that others avoid because it feels uncomfortable. Do it with full awareness that each deliberate action sends a signal to your mind you are serious, you are capable, you are committed. The ripple effect of acting like the rich is extraordinary. Confidence grows, clarity emerges, opportunities appear, and fear loses its grip. This is how vision becomes reality. This is how ordinary people transform into powerful creators of their own destiny. The life you imagine is not waiting for luck. It is waiting for you to act. Start now, act deliberately, and embody the mindset that makes greatness inevitable. Fear is not the enemy. Fear is a signal. It tells you that you are on the edge of growth, that you are about to expand beyond the limits you have set for yourself. The difference between those who achieve greatness and those who remain average is not the absence of fear. It is the decision to move forward despite it. The rich understand this instinctively. They embrace calculated risk because they know that everything worth achieving lies on the other side of discomfort. Every hesitation, every doubt, every what if is a wall built by your mind to protect the familiar. But beyond that wall is the life you are capable of creating. Risk will always feel uncomfortable. It will always challenge your confidence and shake your sense of safety. But this discomfort is temporary. The regret of inaction is permanent. Every time you choose to avoid risk, you shrink your possibilities, you dim your potential, and you delay the life you deserve. The mind will invent 1,000 reasons to stay safe, to stay small, to avoid responsibility. But every rationalization is a lie when compared to the truth. Growth requires courage. action requires boldness, and success requires the willingness to move forward when the outcome is uncertain. The rich do not wait for certainty. They create it through deliberate, confident action. You have a choice in every moment. You can let fear dictate your actions, or you can use it as fuel. Fear is energy, and energy must move. If it is not directed, it will control you. If it is directed, it can push you faster, harder, farther than you ever imagined. Every small step taken in the face of fear builds resilience, rewires your brain, and strengthens your capacity for future challenges. Each risk, each moment of courage compounds with every decision you make, transforming you from someone who dreams into someone who achieves. The world rewards courage more than it rewards perfection. It rewards those who are willing to try, to fail, to learn, and to persist. Acting despite fear creates momentum. Momentum creates confidence. Confidence creates results. This is the psychology of risk. It is not about reckless action. It is about deliberate movement, informed by strategy, fueled by vision, and executed with the belief that you are capable of more than you fear. Every great achievement is rooted in the decision to take one bold step again and again until momentum carries you past the obstacles that once seemed insurmountable. Your challenge is to confront the fears that have held you back. Identify one risk you have avoided because it feels uncomfortable, because it feels uncertain, because it challenges everything you thought was safe. Now take that step, however small. Feel the fear, acknowledge it, and act anyway. Every time you do this, you are proving to yourself that you are capable of stepping into power. You are teaching your mind to trust your courage, to embrace opportunity, and to expand the boundaries of what is possible. Fear is not a barrier, it is a signal, and acting on it is the gateway to the extraordinary life you are meant to live. Your focus determines your reality. Every thought, every choice, every moment of attention shapes the world you experience. The rich understand this instinctively. They do not allow their energy to be scattered, their attention wasted on trivial distractions, or their mind consumed by noise that does not serve their goals. Focus is a superpower, one of the most underestimated forces in creating wealth, influence, and freedom. When you control your focus, you control your energy. When you control your energy, you control your outcomes. Distraction is the thief of progress, and clarity is the catalyst for extraordinary achievement. Every time you allow your mind to wander toward what is irrelevant, you weaken your potential. Every time you give in to low-value tasks, unproductive conversations, or the pull of social comparison, you diminish your momentum. The world is full of noise and most people surrender to it. But those who rise above, those who achieve the impossible, protect their focus with discipline and intention. They choose what deserves their energy, and they ruthlessly eliminate what does not. This is not just efficiency, it is psychology. Your brain thrives on attention, and where attention flows, energy grows. The richer your focus, the faster your growth, the more powerful your actions become. Energy follows attention, and attention shapes identity. When you focus on growth, opportunity, and meaningful action, your mind begins to see possibilities where others see obstacles. Your habits begin to reflect your ambitions. Your decisions align with your vision. Focus transforms ordinary effort into extraordinary results because it concentrates your power on what matters most. Every distraction avoided is a decision that compounds your momentum. Every boundary set is a step toward mastery. Every moment of deliberate attention brings you closer to the life you have imagined. Mastering focus is also about protecting your mental space. The rich know that their environment, their routines, and even the people they surround themselves with directly affect their ability to concentrate. They guard their mornings, control their inputs, and curate the information they consume. They understand that scattered attention equals wasted potential. You must learn to do the same. Limit the noise, set boundaries, prioritize the high-value actions that drive results. Protect your mind because it is your most powerful asset, the engine of your success. Your challenge now is immediate. Examine where your focus is currently going. Identify the distractions, the low-value inputs, the habits that pull you away from progress. Then commit to reclaiming your attention. Channel it into the tasks, decisions, and actions that align with your vision. Feel the difference as energy consolidates, momentum builds, and clarity emerges. This is the power of focus. It amplifies action, strengthens discipline, and accelerates growth. When you master where your mind goes, you master what you create. Every great life is a product of focused intention. Choose to concentrate. Choose to protect your energy. Choose to act with the precision and clarity of someone determined to rise above mediocrity and claim everything they were born to achieve. Knowledge is the currency of the ambitious mind. The rich understand this instinctively. They know that money, opportunities, and influence flow toward those who are prepared, who can see patterns, who can solve problems that others cannot. Learning is not a chore, it is a weapon. Every skill acquired, every insight gained, every idea understood compounds over time into power that cannot be taken away. The more you know, the more confident you become. The more confident you become, the bolder your actions. Knowledge is the foundation upon which vision becomes reality. Without it, ambition is blind, effort is wasted, and progress stalls. You cannot think big and act effectively without equipping yourself with the tools of understanding. Reading, studying, observing, and analyzing are not optional. They are essential. The brain thrives on challenge and growth. Every new concept mastered rewires your mind, strengthens your capacity for decision-making, and expands your ability to act decisively. Those who invest in themselves intellectually gain a compounding advantage. Their thoughts become sharper, their solutions become clearer, and their vision becomes more precise. Knowledge transforms fear into strategy, confusion into clarity, and inaction into deliberate momentum. The powerful truth is that you already have access to more knowledge than any previous generation. Books, courses, mentors, and information are at your fingertips. The question is whether you will use them to elevate your thinking or let them pass like whispers in the wind. The rich do not consume knowledge passively. They apply it relentlessly. They experiment, refine, and iterate. Every lesson learned is a stepping stone. Every insight applied accelerates progress. You can do the same. Your potential grows not by wishing, not by hoping, but by learning consistently and applying relentlessly. Learning is also about mindset. The wealthy approach challenges as opportunities to grow, problems as lessons in disguise, and failures as data points to refine their strategies. Your brain becomes a reflection of how you treat information. If you embrace growth, your mind expands. If you stagnate, your mind contracts. Every day you choose to learn, every hour you dedicate to skill and insight, you are building a mental advantage that others cannot match. You are preparing yourself to recognize opportunities before they are obvious, to solve problems before they become crises, and to act decisively when the moment arrives. Your next step is simple yet transformative. Commit to one deliberate act of learning today that elevates your thinking. It could be reading a chapter, listening to a lesson, analyzing a strategy, or practicing a skill that challenges you. Do it with focus and intensity, knowing that every small piece of knowledge compounds into mastery over time. This is how the rich operate. This is how they turn vision into action, thought into wealth, and potential into power. Knowledge is not just information. It is momentum. It is leverage. And it is the gateway to the life you have always imagined. Your mind is your greatest asset. Invest in it relentlessly, and it will pay you in opportunities, confidence, and unstoppable growth beyond what you thought possible. The people you surround yourself with determine the limits of what you believe is possible. Your circle of influence shapes your mindset, your habits, and your perception of what you can achieve. If you are surrounded by negativity, doubt, or mediocrity, your growth will be constrained. If you are surrounded by visionaries, achievers, and those who push you to rise, your potential expands exponentially. The rich understand this instinctively. They cultivate relationships that elevate them, challenge them, and hold them accountable to their highest standards. Your environment either lifts you or limits you, and the choice of whom to allow into your inner circle is one of the most powerful decisions you can make. Influence is subtle but relentless. Every conversation, every interaction, every shared belief subtly rewires your brain and shifts your behavior. The more time you spend with people who think small, complain, or make excuses, the more your own thinking shrinks. The more you align with individuals who embody courage, discipline, and vision, the faster you evolve into someone who takes bold action, who sees opportunities where others see barriers, and who refuses to settle for anything less than extraordinary. Surrounding yourself with excellence rewires your identity, not just your knowledge or skills. Your mind begins to adopt their standards, and your habits follow. Choosing the right influences is not passive, it is intentional. It requires self-awareness and courage. It means evaluating your relationships and environments honestly, recognizing where they help you grow and where they hold you back. It means distancing yourself from toxicity, from those who drain your energy or diminish your ambition, even if it feels uncomfortable or unpopular. Growth demands clarity about who belongs in your life and who does not. The rich understand that this clarity is not selfish, it is necessary. Protecting your energy and your mindset is an act of self-respect, an act of strategy, and an act of empowerment. The ripple effect of surrounding yourself with excellence is immediate and profound. Your mindset elevates, your standards rise, your focus sharpens, and your courage expands. Opportunities appear that were invisible before because your brain now recognizes them. Confidence grows because you are no longer weighed down by doubt or distraction. Every decision becomes easier when your environment reinforces your ambition rather than undermining it. This is why association matters more than intention alone. You can have desire, vision, and courage, but without the influence of high-achieving minds, your growth will be slower, your momentum weaker, and your potential untapped. Your next step is decisive. Examine the people and environments that dominate your attention. Identify those that elevate you and those that pull you down. Choose today to invest your time with those who challenge you, inspire you, and hold you accountable to the highest version of yourself. Seek mentors, allies, and peers who reflect the level of achievement you aspire to. Distance yourself from energy that diminishes your focus or confidence. The people you allow closest to you will determine the speed, height, and scale of your success. Surround yourself with excellence, and you will rise faster, act bolder, and achieve more than you ever thought possible. Your network is your net worth, and your life will expand to match the caliber of those you consistently engage with. Effort alone is not enough. Action is not enough. To create extraordinary results, you must learn to leverage your time, your resources, and your energy in ways that multiply impact. The rich understand that their efforts are most powerful when applied strategically, when they're amplified through systems, people, and tools. They do not measure success by hours worked or tasks completed. They measure it by results achieved, by influence expanded, and by opportunities created. Leveraging what you have turns small beginnings into massive outcomes and ordinary action into unstoppable momentum. Time is the most precious asset you possess, and how you use it defines the trajectory of your life. Every wasted hour, every unprioritized task, every distraction dilutes your potential. The wealthy guard their time as fiercely as they guard their money because they know the value of focused, high-leverage effort. They allocate their energy toward activities that produce exponential results, not linear ones. This is the psychology of leverage. It is the understanding that the right action, applied intelligently, multiplies, compounds, and accelerates progress far beyond what raw effort alone could achieve. Leverage is not just about efficiency, it is about amplification. It is the art of making your work, your skills, and your influence stretch beyond personal limits. It could be a system that scales your efforts, a skill that unlocks multiple opportunities, or a relationship that multiplies your reach. The rich identify these points of leverage intuitively, and they act on them relentlessly. Every small decision to apply leverage compounds over time into power that cannot be ignored. Every choice to work smarter rather than harder positions them far ahead of the average, creating momentum that grows faster than they could move alone. Your mindset must shift from effort to strategy. Doing more is not the answer. Doing what matters most with precision, focus, and leverage is the difference. Your tasks, your choices, and your actions must be aligned with your highest vision. Every decision should ask, does this move me closer to the life I want, or is it simply keeping me busy? The rich do not confuse activity with progress. They are disciplined in knowing that leverage turns deliberate action into results that are exponential, not incremental. The challenge for you is clear. Identify one area in your life where leverage can be applied today. Find a way to scale your impact, to multiply your results, or to use your time more strategically. It could be outsourcing a task, automating a process, or investing in a skill that unlocks multiple opportunities. Commit to it fully. Focus your energy, amplify your effort, and watch as a single intelligent action begins to create momentum far beyond what you could achieve by working harder alone. This is how small beginnings grow into massive outcomes. This is how the rich turn vision into influence, effort into freedom, and potential into unstoppable achievement. Leverage is the bridge between ambition and reality, and when you master it, nothing can hold you back. Setbacks are not signs of failure. They are tests of your resilience, opportunities to grow stronger, and evidence that you are moving forward. The wealthy understand that obstacles are inevitable, but they do not allow them to dictate the outcome of their lives. Grit, determination, and relentless persistence are the true measures of success. Every challenge you face, every disappointment, every obstacle is a chance to refine your strategy, sharpen your focus, and prove to yourself that you are capable of more than you believe. Resilience is not innate. It is trained through action, discipline, and mindset. The mind of the rich is forged through adversity. They do not wait for life to be easy. They embrace difficulty because they know it is the fastest path to strength and growth. Psychological research shows that people who develop resilience early are more likely to succeed, to persevere under pressure, and to seize opportunities others abandon. Every setback becomes a lesson, every failure becomes data, and every obstacle becomes a stepping stone. You must adopt this mindset if you are serious about achieving extraordinary results. The ability to recover, adapt, and keep moving forward separates those who dream from those who live their dreams. Resilience is also built in the small moments. It is in the refusal to quit when tasks are difficult, in the commitment to maintain focus when distractions tempt you, and in the choice to continue acting toward your goals, even when progress feels invisible. These moments compound. Every time you push through discomfort, you strengthen your capacity to handle larger challenges. Every time you confront fear, you expand your confidence. The rich understand that resilience is not about avoiding hardship. It is about becoming stronger because of it. Your mindset shapes your reality more than circumstance ever will. When you adopt resilience as a core habit, you stop being a victim of life and start being the architect of your destiny. Challenges are no longer barriers. They are indicators that you are growing. Every difficulty you face is proof that you are moving in the right direction. The pain of effort, the discomfort of persistence, and the temporary frustration of setbacks are the currencies that purchase extraordinary results. Accepting this truth transforms how you act in every moment, giving you the courage to move forward when others would retreat. Your next step is decisive. Identify one area in your life where you have resisted challenge, where you have avoided discomfort, or where fear has held you back. Commit today to push through, to confront it head on, and to act with the unwavering belief that every obstacle is temporary and every effort compounds. Feel the strength that comes from resilience and let it fuel your next decisions. Every step you take in defiance of fear and adversity builds unstoppable momentum. This is how the wealthy approach life. This is how they transform struggle into power, hardship into strategy, and setbacks into opportunities. Your ability to endure, adapt, and persist will define the scale of your success and the life you are capable of achieving. Your mind is the blueprint for your future. What you imagine, what you feel, and what you believe shapes not only your actions, but the reality you create. The rich understand this power instinctively. They do not simply wish for success. They visualize it, immerse themselves in it, and feel it as if it is already theirs. Visualization is not fantasy. It is a psychological tool that trains your brain to recognize opportunities, prepare for challenges, and act with confidence. Every vivid mental rehearsal strengthens your capacity to perform, to decide, and to seize the life you envision. When you picture your goals clearly, your mind begins to align with them. It begins to focus on solutions rather than problems, on action rather than hesitation. Your emotions become allies instead of obstacles. The excitement, the pride, the confidence you feel while imagining your future drives behavior in the present. Neuroscience proves this. The brain cannot always distinguish between a vividly imagined experience and reality. Feeling the success you want today prepares your mind and body to achieve it tomorrow. Every thought, every mental image, every emotion invested in your vision compounds into momentum that propels you forward. Visualization is most powerful when combined with belief. You must allow yourself to feel deserving of the life you imagine, to accept that your goals are not only possible but inevitable if you act with intention. Doubt weakens the process, fear interferes, and hesitation slows momentum. The rich know this and therefore immerse themselves in the mental experience of success daily, cultivating unwavering confidence that their actions matter and that their vision is attainable. This internal certainty drives external results, turning ideas into action and dreams into measurable achievements. Your emotions are the fuel of your vision. When you connect deeply with the feelings associated with your success, your actions become automatic extensions of that energy. You are no longer merely performing tasks. You are moving with purpose, driven by a psychological force that accelerates learning, focus, and resilience. The clearer your vision, the stronger your feelings, the more unstoppable your momentum becomes. Your brain begins to prioritize opportunities, recognize solutions, and take action aligned with the reality you have imagined. Your challenge is immediate. Take a moment right now to visualize the life you desire in vivid detail. Feel the emotions of achievement, pride, and freedom as if it is happening now. Imagine the actions you would take, the person you would become, and the results that would follow. Let that vision guide your decisions today. Let it fuel your courage, sharpen your focus, and accelerate your actions. The mind is a powerful engine. When you see it, feel it, and believe it, your life will inevitably align with the reality you are creating. Visualization is not dreaming. It is preparation, momentum, and the first step toward transforming possibility into certainty. The life you want exists first in your mind, and the more real it feels today, the more real it becomes tomorrow. Discipline is the bridge between intention and achievement. Thinking big, starting small, and visualizing success mean nothing if your actions are inconsistent, if your habits are weak, and if your commitment wavers when challenges arise. The rich understand that discipline is not punishment, it is freedom. It is the structure that allows them to turn vision into reality, to transform potential into power, and to create momentum that cannot be stopped. Every habit you reinforce, every choice to act consistently, strengthens the foundation of your success. Discipline is built in the ordinary moments, in the decisions that feel small and insignificant, but over time compound into extraordinary results. Waking up early, focusing when it is difficult, prioritizing long-term gain over short-term pleasure, refusing to give in to distraction or temptation. These are the daily acts that determine the scale of your life. Each act of self-control rewires your brain to respond to opportunity, not impulse. Each decision to persist when it would be easier to quit trains your mind to act in alignment with your highest vision. The wealthy understand that mastery is the accumulation of these small, consistent choices over time. The psychology behind discipline is simple but profound. Your habits shape your identity, and your identity drives your actions. When you act with consistency, you train your mind to see yourself as capable, responsible, and deserving. Your confidence grows, your focus sharpens, and your ability to take decisive action becomes automatic. In contrast, inconsistency breeds self-doubt, weakness, and hesitation. Every lapse, every compromise erodes momentum and limits potential. The choice is clear. Cultivate habits that align with your vision, or allow inaction to define your future. Discipline also creates emotional resilience. When you commit to consistent action, you are no longer reliant on fleeting motivation or temporary inspiration. You develop the strength to keep going when circumstances are difficult, when fear rises, or when progress feels invisible. This mental toughness is what separates those who dream from those who achieve. Motivation comes and goes, but disciplined action persists. The wealthy do not wait to feel motivated. They act first, and motivation emerges from the momentum they create. Your next step is immediate and transformative. Identify one area of your life where discipline has been inconsistent, where habits have been weak, or where shortcuts have compromised your vision. Commit to consistent, intentional action in that area today. It may feel uncomfortable, even difficult, but discomfort is the price of growth, and growth is the currency of freedom. Each act of discipline compounds, building momentum that fuels courage, focus, and achievement. The life you imagine is available to you, but only if your actions match your ambition. Discipline is the engine that converts thought into action, action into results, and results into the extraordinary life you are capable of living. Every small, consistent choice today is a declaration that you are serious about your success. and that nothing will stop you from claiming it. Consistency is the secret weapon that turns ordinary effort into extraordinary results. Every action you take, every habit you reinforce, every decision you make compounds over time. The rich understand this principle intuitively. They know that momentum is not built in a single act of brilliance, but in repeated, deliberate actions taken day after day. Consistency transforms potential into skill, skill into mastery, and mastery into unstoppable progress. Without it, even the greatest intentions fade, dreams stall, and visions die unfinished. Consistency is not about perfection. It is about commitment. It is about showing up even when you do not feel like it, even when progress seems slow, and even when the results are not immediate. The wealthy do not rely on inspiration to act. They rely on the structure they have built through daily persistent effort. Each repetition strengthens confidence, sharpens focus, and builds trust in your own ability to execute. The mind begins to recognize that effort is reliable, that action produces results, and that forward momentum is inevitable when you refuse to quit. Every small choice compounds. Skipping one day of effort may feel inconsequential, but over time, these gaps accumulate into lost opportunities, diminished skills, and delayed success. Conversely, showing up consistently, even imperfectly, builds a foundation that can withstand obstacles, setbacks, and uncertainty. This is the psychology of compounding applied to action. The effects of consistent behavior grow exponentially, accelerating progress in ways that seem almost magical to those who do not understand it. Momentum is invisible until it becomes undeniable, and it is built through repetition, persistence, and unwavering focus. Consistency also trains your mindset to embrace discipline, resilience, and long-term thinking. It rewires your brain to see effort as a natural response to challenge, rather than as a burden or a sacrifice. It strengthens the part of you that refuses to be swayed by fear, distraction, or doubt. The more consistent your actions, the more your identity aligns with your highest vision. You begin to see yourself as someone who completes what they start, someone who follows through, someone who commands their life, rather than being driven by circumstances. This self-perception is a multiplier of success, far beyond any external skill, knowledge, or resource. Your challenge now is clear. Identify one area of your life where you have been inconsistent, where effort has wavered, or where progress has stalled. Commit to consistent action in that area today, and then again tomorrow and the day after. Focus on the repetition, the persistence, and the compounding effect of showing up every single day. Feel the momentum build as your confidence grows, your skills sharpen, and your actions align with your vision. This is how the rich operate. This is how they turn small, deliberate steps into extraordinary results. Consistency is the bridge between effort and achievement, between potential and reality, and the pathway to a life that reflects the power of relentless, unwavering action. Every day you remain consistent, you are investing in a future that is unstoppable, unshakable, and undeniably yours. Your mindset determines the quality of your results more than your circumstances ever will. Thinking like the wealthy is not about wealth alone. It is about adopting a perspective that sees opportunity, embraces growth, and refuses limitation. Your beliefs shape your perception, your decisions, and ultimately your outcomes. If you believe you are capable of extraordinary achievement, your actions will align with that belief. If you believe that success is reserved for others, your behaviors will unconsciously enforce that limitation. The rich understand that mindset is the ultimate multiplier. It determines not just what you do, but who you become. A powerful mindset is built through deliberate focus, self-awareness, and disciplined thought. You cannot leave it to chance. Every thought you entertain, every belief you reinforce shapes your reality. Negative thoughts, doubts, and self-limiting beliefs quietly erode confidence and stunt progress. Positive, growth-oriented beliefs create resilience, clarity, and the courage to act decisively. The wealthy constantly cultivate their mindset, feeding it with ideas, perspectives, and knowledge that expand their capacity to succeed. They understand that how they think dictates what they can achieve. Your environment and influences also feed your mindset. Surrounding yourself with people who embody excellence, ambition, and resilience reinforces your own beliefs and standards. Absorbing ideas that elevate your thinking accelerates your growth. This is why the rich are intentional about what they read. who they associate with, and where they focus their energy. Your mind is constantly shaping your identity. Feed it wisely, protect it fiercely, nurture it relentlessly. Action must flow from this mindset. Thinking big, starting small, acting decisively, leveraging effort, and building resilience. All require a mind prepared to succeed. A weak mindset undermines even the most strategic plan. A powerful mindset transforms challenges into opportunities, setbacks into lessons, and effort into compounding progress. The richer your mental framework, the greater your capacity to endure discomfort, to embrace calculated risk, and to maintain consistency. Your beliefs shape your habits shape your actions, and your actions create your results. Your challenge is clear. Examine the beliefs that dominate your thinking. Identify which ones empower you and which ones limit you. Commit today to consciously adopt beliefs that align with the success, growth, and freedom you desire. Feed your mind with knowledge, inspiration, and clarity. Guard it against negativity, doubt, and distraction. Every decision, every thought, every choice reinforces your identity. The life you imagine begins in your mind. And the more intentionally you cultivate a mindset of abundance, courage, and persistence, the more inevitable your success becomes. Your thoughts are the architects of your reality, and your future will reflect the power of the beliefs you choose to embrace today.